Alright, dear fellas, time of truth has set out his dawn. Time for a tale, glorious and, well, a little bit janky. I'm talking about Dragon's Dogma, a sprawling action RPG that's equal parts epic adventure, and hold my beer, I'm gonna one-shot that dragon. Imagine this year yanked from your comfortable life and branded by a freaking dragon. Not exactly a 5-star review on Yelp, but that's just the intro to Dragon's Dogma. This game throws you headfirst into Granseas, a land that's both breathtakingly beautiful and crawling with enough monsters to make your local exterminator faint. Now, you ain't some damsel in distress. You can craft your character however your heart desires. Want to be a hulking warrior who throws fists the size of watermelons? Sure. A nimble mage who rains down arcane fury. The class system is flexible as a yoga instructor, letting you swap and specialize to find your perfect combat groove. And the combat. Oh boy, the combat. It's like a glorious, chaotic ballet of violence. You've got your standard sword and shield fare, but then there's the real kicker climbing. Yes, you can literally climb giant monsters, clambering up their backs like a deranged spider monkey to exploit weak points and deliver a knockout blow. It's equal parts ridiculous and exhilarating, and one of the things that makes Dragon's Dogma truly unique. Now let's not sugarcoat it. Dragon's Dogma has its quirks. The story starts slower than a sloth on a nature walk, and some of the quests can feel like glorified errands. The visuals might not be the prettiest on the block, and the occasional animation hiccup can leave you wondering if your character forgot how to walk. The pawn AI, while interesting, can make some decisions that will baffle a particularly confused squirrel. But here's the thing, Dragon's Dogma's charm lies in its embrace of the weird. It's a game that doesn't take itself too seriously, and that translates into a sense of wonder and an openness to experimentation. So is Dragon's Dogma for everyone? Probably not. If you crave a super streamlined hand-holding experience, this ain't it. But if you enjoy open-world exploration, a combat system that lets you unleash your inner monster-slaying maniac, and a world full of surprises both good and slightly janky, then Dragon's Dogma could be your next gaming obsession. Just be prepared to laugh, maybe cry a little, because seriously, that dragon in the beginning. Once you've sunk your teeth into the base game and feel like a seasoned monster slayer, you gotta check out Bitter Black Isle, meaning hell. It's basically Dragon's Dogma on steroids, a massive, ever-changing dungeon crawling experience that'll test your mettle and make you question your sanity in the best way possible. Think of Bitter Black Isle as Granseas' dark underbelly. It's a jinxed labyrinth filled with nightmarish creatures, traps that wouldn't be out of place in a particularly sadistic Rube Goldberg machine, and loot so legendary it could make a hoarder weep with joy. Here's the kicker, Bitter Black Isle is procedurally generated. That means the layout of dungeon and enemy placements shift from time to time. It keeps things fresh and forces you to stay on your toes. You never quite know what awaits you around the next corner. Could be a treasure trove guarded by a terrifying chimera, or a room filled with enough cursed chests to make your sanity bar take a nosedive. The difficulty in Bitter Black Isle is no joke. You'll need to be well equipped and have a solid understanding of the game's mechanics to survive. This is where your trusty pawns become even more crucial. A well-built, strategically outfitted pawn can be the difference between glorious victory and a humiliating, hilarious death. But the rewards for conquering Bitter Black Isle are substantial. We're talking about some of the best gear you can find in the entire game, powerful artifacts that can give you a serious edge in combat, and the bragging rights of having emerged from that twisted underworld relatively unscathed. Now, some folks might find Bitter Black Isle a bit too punishing. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. But for those who crave a challenge and a chance to truly test their skills, it's an endgame experience that will keep you coming back for more. So there you have it, Dragon's Dogma and its gloriously bizarre expansion, Bitter Black Isle. It's a wild ride filled with epic monster battles, unexpected laughs, and the occasional bout of existential dread courtesy of some truly creepy enemies. If you're looking for a unique RPG experience that won't hold your hand, Dragon's Dogma might just be your next gaming adventure. Just remember, pack your climbing gear, grab some witty pawns. You subscribe.